Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for tuning into this episode of Study Crypto. Today, we're going to briefly go over Dogecoin. I know a lot of you guys out there love Dogecoin and want to know where it's at and quite possibly my thoughts on it. So we're going to look at Dogecoin. We're going to look at the charts because, in crypto and trading, I'm a firm believer only thing that matters is the chart. Okay, guys? So, if you haven't already, please hit the like button and the subscribe button and ding the notification bell as well. If you get content value from what we provide here, we try to offer you the best we can in helping all of our listeners and watchers succeed in their crypto wealth journey. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about Dogecoin. So everyone's familiar with Dogecoin. It needs no introduction. Right now, we're looking at the chart, okay? We're looking at Doge on Binance, okay? Actually, you know what? Let's look at Dogecoin Tether, that pair on KuCoin. A lot of you are familiar with KuCoin. It's one of the major exchanges. And this is the Dogecoin chart. And as you can see, it looks not great, and it's going in a very bearish move, okay? Now, right now, we're looking at the weekly chart on Dogecoin. And as you can see, it popped back here in February of last year. It dropped down, and then its big pop in April of last year brought it all the way up from 7 cents. Okay, and it brought it all the way up to a high of 44 cents. So if we measure that, it went from in April of last year, it did as high as 500%. Okay, did 500% in the month of April 2021. Good job. Congratulations to everyone who took profits at that level. Now, one thing we can see here, if we look at technical analysis about this coin, well, unfortunately, we don't have an 821 to go that far back. However, as again, the 821 EMA, that is the exponential moving average. The green line is the 8, the 21 is the purple. Whenever the green line crosses above the purple, that's a bullish move. And even though we don't have the purple line, I think it's pretty clear that we had hit the green line was likely above the purple based upon when we start to actually pick up the purple line here, okay, the 21. So the green line all through this ride here was above, the green line was above the purple, meaning it's bullish. So this is if you just go off the 821 EMA, Dogecoin was bullish all the way until October of last year. Okay, however, we don't make big decisions off of just one indicator. Here we have the MACD. Now the MACD, we have that crossing below. It's red. It's going down below the midpoint, which is bearish. Any activity below that line is a bearish move. And it's red, meaning, again, we have limited data on Doge with this particular chart. It's hard to find a full chart with Doge over here. And let me see if I can find a different one for you guys. Let's see if we can find a more complete chart so you can get a better idea of what we're talking about. Maybe here. All right, this is a better chart. Let's use this one. It's still got to have the same price action. Okay, so very similar. So we had that big spike in February of 2021. As you see, as I said, the green line is above the purple, which is a bullish indicator. Okay, it was a bullish indicator back here when it made the cross. We made the cross back in November of 2020. Okay, so that's a bullish sign. And it's bullish, especially when you have candles closing that far higher than the 8 EMA, which is the green line. Very bullish, very, very bullish. So that's a very bullish sign with the 8 EMA. So that's one indicator that looks good. Next, We're also seeing we're at baseline here with the MACD, but as you see, it crossed green. That's a bullish sign. Bullish sign, and obviously it did very well. Went all the way up to about 3.4 on the MACD. Another great bullish sign. And that peak on the MACD coincides with the peak, near the peak, exactly the peak of the Dogecoin movement. Okay, so again, technical analysis works really good. All right, and so as you can see here, the momentum, these candles with the MACD, this is actually light color. The lighter the color, the less volume. So it was having weak volume, okay, going up to that upside. What does that mean? It means you might be in for a shift reversal if volume goes in the opposite direction, which is exactly what we started to see on the decline. When it started to come down, volume decreased as buying pressure decreased because fewer people were buying. And then we started to see the correction of Dogecoin. And as we see here, it then the moving average crossed the signal going into bearish territory, and we dropped down again on the MACD, and we crossed into bearish territory, as you see here, with dark red candles, which means strong volume. So we had strong volume bringing the price down. So that is showing you how we got all the way down from where we were. However, if you would have just simply bought Dogecoin here around this time, and you would have rode it up, let's see, if you would have rode it up to the next time there was a cross, which was here. As we see here, the 8 EMA crosses the 21 there. Now, if you would have taken that into consideration, waited that for a confirmation, because you would have already, if you had your MACD up, you would have seen you were already in red territory. Okay, you were already in red territory. You were already heading into bearish territory. You wasn't really confirmed bearish here because we didn't cross below the baseline into bearish territory. This is still considered bullish territory, but you were red. Your moving average was below the signal, which is a red indicator, which is a bearish indicator. We're going to get back to the price action of taking profits in a second, where Doge is and the likelihood of it moving forward. In any event, the other indicator we have here, the third one, is our RSI, our relative strength index. As you see here, relative strength, it's showing here that Dogecoin, you see in between these two lines, this is the normal range, so to speak. If you're going above, if the signal is going above the dotted line into this area, that's considered overbought, meaning it's going to have a correction. If it's below this line, that's considered oversold, okay? So it's very clear here that, let's get rid of this so we can see a little bit better. It's very clear here that once we made this move, we were oversold, overbought, okay? We were overbought by a lot, and it came back down, and there was a little bit of a correction, and we came back up. All this area above the dotted line is overbought. And then we consequently came back down. Price action moved back down. Okay, and the thing is, if we flash forwarded to now, we aren't in oversold, which means if this purple line was down here below like the 26, below the 30, that would be oversold. That means that you should probably pick up that asset based upon it's oversold, which means it needs to be bought. It's likely to be bought because it's oversold. The thing is, we're nowhere near that. We're still just kind of trending. We're trending kind of in that direction, but we're really just going sideways based upon this indicator. Okay, so when you look at all these indicators together and you look at all the information together, when you look at the move that we made, again, we went from, if you go with the EMA cross here, up to when we had what I would consider a confirmed sell when the EMA crossed again right here. And let's see, we have our 20, we have our MACD, right? We have the MACD, which is also showing bearish, not confirmed bear, but that's bearish. This is midline. It's not necessarily bearish or either, but RSI is not showing bearish or bullish. It's midline at this particular point. However, we know with the RSI, we're coming off of a really oversold area. So this indicator is giving us a neutral to potentially bearish sign. So the RSI is giving us neutral to potentially bearish. Our MACD is giving us potential bearish, not confirmed bearish, okay? Or I should say confirmed. It's a potential sell, not confirmed sell. This is giving you a potential sell, not confirmed sell. But when we look at the activity on the EMA, we're looking at our EMA. We have the green line crossing, again, actually we're right here, the green line crossing. Once you're crossing into this level, back in December of 2021, okay, this is now we have the green going below the purple, the 8 EMA going below the 21 EMA. This is a confirmed sell, especially because the candle is closing so far below the actual EMA. So this is a confirmed sell. So I say all that to say, if you would have got in to Doge around here when we had the first cross and got out here, you'd had yourself a nice 8,000% return. Okay, if you'd just went with the technical analysis to give you an idea what's going on. That's a beautiful return. Congratulations to everyone who got that return. However, that was the past. What's going on now? Now, if we look at what's going on now, we are definitely in a sustained downtrend. So if we actually draw a trend line, okay, you could draw it from here to here. Or if you wanted to try to move it up here, we are in a downtrend for sure. And so we're not only in a downtrend, if you see here, the 8 EMA is widening the gap between, which means momentum to the downside. This is extremely bearish, okay? This is extremely bearish. And you look here, in the MACD, this is extremely bearish. We're below the midline, and we're also red. The moving average is below the signal. Okay, so this is extremely bearish. This is also kind of bearish. We're trending into the oversold portion, but we may or may not get there. Point is, this is a very bearish chart, and there's nothing good about this chart. I would not get into this. If I had Doge, I would be selling it right now. I'd be selling it because for those of you that didn't get out, if you got in at that all-time high, or if you got to that point, right now you're down 83%. You're down 83%. From the all-time high, 83%. What does that mean? That means if you're still in Doge, if you wanted to get back to where it was previously, which is here, or like right here, okay, that means Doge has to do a 561% retracement back to get back to all-time highs. It has to do a 561% retracement. That is extremely unlikely, okay? Extremely unlikely. Don't see that happening. There's nothing to support that. Furthermore, we see here a line of support for Doge at this area of consolidation. This is probably where Doge has a good chance of falling to. It has a good, because there's nothing else here to stop it. It's in free fall. There's no other resistance here to stop it. It's likely going to go here, or let's see, this is another good area right here. This is where Doge is likely to go. It's likely to go down to $2.40 from where it is. What does that mean? That means from where it is, it's going to drop. It's got another 37 to 46% more to drop, okay, from where it is. That means you're going to lose 37 to 46% more on your Doge if you're still holding it. That's what's going on with Doge, ladies and gentlemen. That is the action on the weekly. Again, we only look at the higher time frames because they give us the better view of what's happening. And if we actually were to look at this on the daily, it's really the same. There's no difference. There's not a better story here. It's more of the same. The RSI is sideways in the bearish area. It's below baseline. The MACD is below baseline, just trending sideways. Nothing good here, folks. Nothing to look at that's positive. This is good. If you wanted to short Doge, that would be a good play for you right now. Even if we brought up some pivots, even if we brought up some pivot points, let's bring up our pivots. Okay. The pivot, we're below. This is baseline pivot. Anything below here is a bearish indicator. So it's still bearish with the pivots. Okay, it's showing that the next possible point of resistance is $3.69, but we don't know. I mean, again, the real resistance is here. Again, bearish. Everything is very bearish. Even if we look at the weekly, I'm willing to bet you're going to get a pivot on here. That's below. Yeah. Look at the pivot on the weekly. We're still well below. And look how far down on the weekly support is. Okay, that's where the support are. Again, pivot points are what bots use to trade off. 90+% of bots use these as entry and exit points. So this is their baseline. When price gets to R1, they sell. If price gets to S1, they buy. This is what 90+% of bots use. So for the next support I'm not even going to do the number. Well, I have it up. The next support that for the S1 is going to be a negative 76% drop, which is even lower than the next resistance. So this means that the bots are expecting that Doge crashes through this resistance, doesn't stop here, it doesn't come here and try to bounce back up. The bots don't think this will happen, right? The bots don't think that Doge is going to rebound, okay? The bots don't think that that's going to happen. No, they don't think that's going to happen. They think that this is going to happen. The bots think that it's going to go boom, 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 and maybe come back up. Maybe. But it might be even worse by then. Okay? It might be even worse by then. In any event, I say all this to say Doge is not a good buy right now, ladies and gentlemen. Not a good buy. I would avoid this. I would short this. If you're on a platform that allows you to short, I would totally be shorting this right now. That's a good play. If you want to make some money, you could definitely short Doge. And in this market, you'll be fairly successful. Again, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment and education purposes only. But I figured I'd just give you guys an update on Doge. I know a lot of people love Doge. I just try to give you the facts, just the facts. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much again for viewing our wonderful video, and please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you found value in this, and please ding the notification bell as well. Thanks so much. See you next time.